All right, real quickly, I have a question concerning the Prewrath movement on the numberless multitude found in Revelation 7. They say that that's the rapture of the church. So that's the church saints that are raptured after the Great Tribulation. In fact, the term Great Tribulation is even used in verse number 14 of Revelation 7 to refer to these saints coming out of Great Tribulation. So, is this the church? Well, if this is the church, if Revelation 7, that numberless multitude, speaking of the rapture of the church, we've got a couple of issues here. Number one, why doesn't the Apostle John know who they are? Why is he clueless? In verse number 13, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest, which means, I don't know, but you know. And then the elder goes on to explain who they are. John doesn't know them. I have a quote in front of me by Joseph A. Seiss, who wrote a commentary called The Apocalypse on the book of Revelation. And on pages 172 and 173, here's what he says in his book. If they represent, this group in Revelation 7, if they represent the finally complete church, did he, John, not know that the church was to be thus exalted and glorified? Was he so ignorant of the character and destiny of that chosen body of which he was an apostle and a chief as not to know it? Or whence it came upon encountering it in heaven? Would it not be a sorry impeachment of his apostolic character and enlightenment, besides very stupid and unreasonable, to proceed on such an assumption or on anything that involves it? The manifest fact that he was perplexed and in doubt with reference to these palm bearers, and that the elder interfered to solve his questionings, proves that they are not the church proper, but a body of saved ones with a history and a place peculiarly their own, and not as yet exactly understood by the apostle. If this is the church, why doesn't John know them? You'll notice that John never questions who the 24 elders are. You say, well, why wouldn't he question who they are? Because the 24 elders represent what John was, or what John was a part of, the church. I'll deal with the 24 elders in another video. But then this numberless multitude here, he doesn't have a clue who they are. Not a good sign that if John, who is a part of the church and one of the apostles of the church, you would think he would have known who they were. Then you add the fact that in verse number 14, one of the 24 elders said that these are they which came out of great tribulation. These are they which came out of great tribulation. Every Prewrathian believes that that great tribulation takes place right here, and they believe that they came out of great tribulation and were raptured right here. That's what the Prewrathians believe. These are they which came out of great tribulation. So you see, we, the church, go through the great tribulation, and then we're taken out of the great tribulation. The problem with that is, where are the dead in Christ? Where's the Apostle Paul? Where is Jonathan Edwards? Where's Charles Spurgeon? Where are all the great saints of old? Where's my grandpa, my grandma? Where's my dad? Where are they at? They never went through the great tribulation. These are only those who came out of great tribulation. You read 1 Thessalonians 4, 1 Corinthians 15, there's a dead in Christ that's going to come up. The dead in Christ rise first. There is no dead in Christ in Revelation chapter 7. It's only those who came out of great tribulation. There's no reference there to those who didn't go through the great tribulation. It's another group. And so since John doesn't know who they are, and since these are the ones that come out of great tribulation, they cannot be the New Testament church. Because there's more people who don't go through the Great Tribulation that have died than those that will go through the Great Tribulation. And so, therefore, Revelation 7 is not speaking of the church that has been raptured.